Hey traders, checking in on the marijuana stock sector. We're going to look at both Canadian and US names. We had APHA light a spark under the bulls in response to some potential rumors about a CGC buyout. So regardless of whether or not that happens, it certainly has led to a mini short squeeze in the short term. And we'll see where this shapes up our longer term timeframes as we head towards the 2020 election. Stay tuned. Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. So here's APHA in all its glory with the big bull volume spike. We could see very early on that the volume was there for the bulls. You can call this a daily trend change with a higher low of 428 and a bull break of 449. So when we confirm the daily trend change, we zoom out. But I just want to highlight how clear the 490 break is and look at the lack of resistance after 490. Couple little levels right at 509. But once you get over 509, you're then looking up at 547 as the next level. So where does this put us, big picture? APHA has stood out as the lead Canadian MJ bull for months. And it hasn't been, anything to write home about because the sector has been so weak. But just consistently, APHA will stand out better. So here we have a monthly higher low forming at 417. And if the bulls can break 615 from here, we confirm a monthly trend change for the first time since all-time highs. For the first time since all-time highs. That is notable. This sector was easy to play as a bull, obviously because of the hype, but also because we were in monthly, weekly, and daily uptrends. We have not been in monthly, weekly, and daily uptrends in this sector since the all-time highs. If we change this monthly trend bullish, we would be in a monthly, weekly, and daily uptrend on APHA, and again, it would be a notable shift in momentum. 615 is the resistance level from here. Hourly, tons of space for support to form. We have a big bid right now after hours at $5. I do have a very small swing position I entered at the end of the day, more so for entertainment purposes than anything else. Wanted to relive the glory days of buying a strong close and looking for a gap up open, but again, it's not going to be a make or break position no matter where we open tomorrow, so just having some fun there. But we'll be looking for an hourly higher low to form next time we consolidate, and we'll see how long these bulls can keep this momentum going. So the entire sector responded to this move. CGC, less notably so, and CGC is coming off of a lower low, so it's not nearly as convincing a daily trend change. And I zoom out to the weekly chart, and if CGC were the same as APHA as far as strength right now, you can see APHA is at the highest level it has been at since the last week of July. So over 2 months. If CGC were this strong, we would be up over 1966 right now. And we are 35% away from that resistance level. A bit less, but 30% away from that resistance. Anything under, I would call anything under 1966 just a weekly lower high. So we're in a weekly downtrend, monthly, weekly downtrend for CGC. And it's a bit ambiguous on the daily chart, but again, just a very different standpoint. The bulls are trying for a monthly higher low here as well. A lot more work needs to be done on this weekly time frame. We need to see a big enough bounce that we can anticipate a weekly higher low is then the most likely scenario to try and set up a weekly trend change, as the bulls have a lot of proving to do. Cron, daily time frame, slow grind down, a bit of a falling wedge that just shows the bears running out of momentum and running out of follow through. So again, nice timing for the bulls to get a bit of a spike in response. You can see we're getting over this falling wedge. If I zoom in a little bit more on the 4-hour time frame, I can still draw a pretty clear 4-hour channel that we are still within. So here is maybe 4 resistance rejections, and as far as support is concerned, bunch of support holds. This is a really good 4-hour channel. So bears are going to be potentially be watching up around the mid 530s to see if we're going to reject from that level and stay in this channel. Bigger picture, Cron is similar to CGC. A lot of work to be done. Weekly time frame, there's a resistance level at 559, but really I'm calling anything under 720 a weekly lower high. And again, if we were as strong as APHA is, we would be up in the upper sixes at this point in time. We're trying for a monthly higher low here as well. A lot more proving needs to be done. It's the first step to trying and doing that proving. 492 double bottom. So you can say we changed. Actually, you know what? Not a clear daily trend change here either. More is needed. Got to be skeptical of these bulls. When you're in this prolonged downtrend, you do not give bulls any benefit of the doubt. So I would need to see this move top out. And again, why it matters so much to see daily trend changes is you get shorts covering on a move like this after so much weakness. The question is, do you see sustained bull buying after we consolidate and sustained short covering into that continuation? Because if you flush out shorts that entered the last 2 weeks and then they just pile all back in and there's no daily trend change, obviously there's no follow through. TLRY, same thing. It was just a grind down daily 12-period exponential resistance for over a month. Nothing out of the bulls. Today is shifting that momentum, but anything under 876 is a weekly lower high. And if we were as strong as APHA, we would be 60% higher. It's a big difference. We are looking for the monthly higher low. The bulls have a lot of work to do to try and set it. Monthly trend changes into 2021, or bears keep long-term trend control. It's as simple as that. APHA is the closest to changing its monthly trend. It will have to be the first to do so. VFF, solid bull day, but it's coming off of the low. Daily trend change will still be needed. Monthly perspective, plenty of space for a higher low as well. Definitely worth watching. So bulls hoping this is our monthly higher low. We need a daily trend change. We need a weekly trend change. And a bull break of 704 would be a confirmed monthly trend change. And I would assume that VFF will probably be fairly close behind APHA if we are going to see notable, significant sector shifting. So as far as Canadian MJ is concerned, I am not interested. I'm interested in trading it when we have hype and momentum. I traded an ACB, quick little spike. You'll notice ACB is not on my screen right now because it is a dud. And yes, it will have bounces, but it is as weak as you can get. And I'm not going to cover it for that reason. But there are day trading opportunities in Canadian MJ due to the dollar volume. So as I'm looking at US MJ with more of a swing perspective, I would much rather day trade Canadian MJ due to the amount of liquidity and dollar volume that is being traded on a daily basis. So today was the wake-up call. Are we going to see some bullish trading opportunity in the sector again? Perhaps. We're going to be paying attention to it. And timing is there as far as potential for headlines and hype leading into the election with states potentially legalizing. We got Arizona and New Jersey and Montana and other states that are going to be voting. So again, we always need the help from the media to get attention and to get on CNBC and to get coverage. But we could see both sides of the border benefit. And one reason why Canada would benefit potentially more than our MSOs would be the fact that big money is comfortable trading Canadian MJ on higher exchanges, the NASDAQ and the NYSE, than they are on the OTC. And I'm the same. I will trade positions 200 to 300% larger on these higher exchanges in Canadian MJ than I will on the OTC. So that's a big impact across the board. So it's worth paying attention to. This is one day. Let's see if we can build off of that momentum. So on the USMJ side, there are a couple names that are higher listed. And in my opinion, that's why they're performing so well. IIPR is up near the high of its COVID bounce and is the lead USMJ bull. So IIPR daily higher low is 121.78. We've got resistance at 129.40, 130.25, and then the all-time high of 139.53 is the next level from there. Solid weekly uptrend, daily uptrend. Bulls are still in full control. And again, potential for big money to like to play this name. We're looking at, let's see, 1 million shares would be $120 million traded. So we're looking at about $40 million traded on the day. And it's more than that on average. $60 million, $50 million traded a day. A lot of money when US MSOs, a lot of money there is $5 million, $10 10 times the dollar volume on IIPR. GRWG has that volume as well. Today we traded $36 million. So on the daily time frame, all I care about is this range because it's a clear equilibrium and just want to see which direction are we going to break this range. High, low, lower high, higher low has been set. All about 1730 and 1749. If we reject from those levels, we'll look for this range to continue to tighten probably into next week if we are going to get a rejection. So best case for the bulls would be to see more than 2.5 million shares traded today and make their way towards that resistance with another green day tomorrow, but wouldn't be surprised to stay within this tightening range a bit longer. So on to the US MSOs. They are trying to set monthly higher lows. Now the monthly consolidation here looks very different than in Canadian MJ. We had a huge bounce off the COVID lows, but we did not change the monthly trend. And bulls are hoping for monthly bull flags for follow through. So what do we need? We need daily trend changes and then weekly trend changes back to the bulls to keep this very healthy. And the bulls are just finally working on daily trend changes. So we had our low, high of the bounce was 1310, higher low on Friday at 1211, bull break today on increasing bull volume. Definitely want a little bit more follow through, but it's a solid break. We broke that resistance by 3% or so. So now I zoom out. Daily uptrend. Zooming out, I know anything under 1629 is just a weekly lower high. So we either need some clear bull volume to start coming in and some clear headlines and media and CNBC coverage, or we're going to anticipate just a weekly lower high heading into this election and potential for a weekly tightening range. That volume must show up if we're going to see any kind of hype run. And we're going to be watching who's going to win the presidency, who's going to win the Senate. And those are two very important questions as to what the outlook is going to be for the marijuana sector in 2021 through 2024. And the Democrat Senate and Democrat presidency would be favorable. I don't care if Trump is pro-business. He has not done anything in 4 years, and he's up against a platform with a vice president that is pro-legalization and a president that has laid out federal medical legalization, which would be a removal of Schedule 1, access to banking, change in the tax codes, yada yada. They're not comparable. All political opinions aside. I guess that is a political opinion, but we're talking facts. TCNNF, daily trend change, higher low and higher high. So, same thing, we need a bit more follow through. Love the volume. It's a good sign to see a slight increase in bull volume, but we did only break this resistance level by 1.5%. We need another green day tomorrow to give the bulls a bit more comfort with follow through on the trend change. We zoom out, anything under 2375 is just a weekly lower high. We're trying for the monthly higher low. Actually, it was just a monthly inside bar last week, or I should say last month, because of how big the bull candle was before that. But we need to shift momentum from weekly consolidation back into continuation. The positions I have in USMJ are TCNNF, about twice the size of GTBIF, but those are the only two names I am playing because of those are the two names that showed technical strength compared to the other two that shifted a little bit on the last leg down on TCNNF on the dilution news, but that's where I stand. CURLF has to break 739 for a bull break, failed to do so today. 739 bull break or bust. I don't have any position in CURLF, but you better believe I want to see that bull break to give me and to give everybody else more confidence in the sector as a whole. If only half of our names change the daily trend and the other half don't, red flag. CRLBF has to break 611, wall of resistance. Failed to do so today. Both Curaleaf and Cresco Labs have proven to do. And Trueleaf and Green Thumb are sitting there looking over their shoulder being like, come on guys, it's time to shift momentum. Not doing so just yet. Need to do so this week or it is a fail. So that's where we stand. We're going to continue seeing polls shift as we head towards the election. Best case scenario, Democrat House, Democrat Senate, Democrat President, as far as the MJ sector is concerned, as well as recreational NJ, New Jersey, Montana, Arizona, medical in Missouri, I believe it is. That would be best case. We'll see. Have a good day. Do good things.